Are we on? How y'all get here before? How y'all get here before I get here? This wasn't even scheduled. How they do that? You know what I mean? Staying 4 to 6 feet away from everything. You know what I'm saying? I had to come out today, drop my truck off to get this tow hitch put on. You never know we're gonna have to pull something. You know what I mean? There's no need of having a truck without the tow capabilities. You know? Told them to wash their hands before they touch my steering wheel, but I'm gonna wipe it down with the Lysol when they get done. I'll never be too sure. What's up with y'all though? Seems like it's been a while since we had a little, a little lunchtime with the bullies. Actually got a day off from work today. Well, I took a day off. Been real hectic where I work at. Everybody that's mission essential or essential personnel, man, you know what I mean? I understand your struggle, you know what I mean? And I also understand the struggle of the people who ain't working right now, you know what I mean, due to what's going on. So I was on both sides of the coin at one point, so you know what I mean? Hey, Brad, you think they done? Staying safe for sure. You already know. Staying out of the way. What's going on, everybody? Let's let it marinate for a minute. YouTube was acting funny, man. I don't know if it was down for a little minute, but we back. We back, though. We're going to talk about, what Howie Roseman really did. And the genius of Howie Roseman. The genius of Howie Roseman has been in the works for years, if you think about it. For years. Howie Roseman has been putting these pieces together and keeping his eye on certain players that seem to fly under the radar that everybody don't want to, acknowledge or talk about. Howie Roseman has been identifying talent. Howie Roseman is a true GM, a true scout of talent. You know what I mean? I can't say enough good things about Howie Roseman. At times I get frustrated because I feel like he can move a little faster. But then when you really think about it, it's a method to the madness to how Howie Roseman does things. It's a true method to the madness. And I'm not sure if a lot of people understand how Howie Roseman operates. The draft is not 100% for sure. They'll draft a guy who can get hurt in training camp. And you get no use out of him for week 1. You know what I mean? So, but Howie Roseman has been, instrumental in just, the way he's been doing things for a very long time. For instance, in 2013, Howie Roseman had a choice to make in the second round. It was between Zach Ertz and Darius Slay, ironically. Those were the two guys. And this is per an interview that Howie Roseman just released. What's going on, everybody? What up, what up? Those were the two guys in 2013, I believe. Zach Ertz and Darius Slay. And now look what happened. Both of them are on the team. Both of them are on the team. That's called never giving up. That's called always staying in the loop. You know what I'm saying? That's called always keeping your eye on the prize. Them guys that was on your draft board years ago, yeah, they may get drafted by other teams, but the opportunity can still obviously present itself for you to scoop those guys up. And that's what Howie did. He waited, let dude build his resume actually in Darius Slay, and then came back and extended it. That's a boss move, man. What's going on, everybody? I think we want things done right away, but Howie knows what he's doing. Howie does know what he's doing. You got to trust in Howie at some point. I'm going to tell you why. Howie Roseman was able to get Darius Slay and, what's his name, Nikel Roby-Coleman, and they're only being paid $5.3 million next season. Together, combined. $5.3 million. Dude that just, the dude everybody was talking about from Dallas that went to Miami, dude is getting paid like $14 million this season. Howie Roseman is a wizard. What's going on, everybody? Howie Roseman is a wizard, man. You know, Howie Roseman is a capologist, man. A guy who can see the cap, a guy who could breathe the cap, and a guy who could be the cap. That's Howie Roseman. So, you know, you can't knock what Howie Roseman is doing. Howie Roseman is able to get some of these bona fide stars to take less money in the beginning, to keep them hungry. To keep them hungry. Take less money in the beginning. Because you know if you perform in this first year, you're due to make some big bread next year. Take less money in the beginning. You know what I mean? I know how Howie played, man. Howie moved like, I don't even want to say. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. But you know, this is the closest analogy that I can get to. Howie moved like a dope boy. Dope boy Howie. We gotta start calling this man Dope Boy Howie. Listen, how you gonna tell Darius Slay that he gonna take under $5 million for the first year while you just extended him to like 30 mil or whatever his extension was? How do you tell somebody that? Listen, I extended you for 30 mil, but you only could touch like 5 of it. And the second year is going to be, what are you talking about? Stop it. I don't understand what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. So Darius Slay probably going to be slated to make like 16 mil next year. How are we going to restructure that? He going to make like 10. How are we going to keep pushing that money back? Keep pushing it back. Keep pushing it back. I already see what's going to happen, man. Dope boy Howie. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. How many teams, what'd you say, Maverick? Come on, Lil Brunson. How many teams going into the season with 3 slot receivers, bro? Get to the wide receiver portion of this first. Mind you, what good would it have done us if we would have filled all these wide receiver holes, jumped on all these wide receivers, and not been able to stop all the other wide receivers in the NFL? You know what I'm saying? Howie's looking to build something. Howie, you know, I like how Howie did it. At the minimum, it's going to be close. That's at the minimum. And what I mean by that is this. At the minimum, we're going to be able to hold dudes to under 20 points for the most part. That's how Howie is trying to build the defense. It still falls all on Jim. Make no mistake about it. This is a make it or break it year for Jim Schwartz as a defensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles. It still falls on Jim Schwartz. But Howie put the pieces in place. Howie gave you more of a pass rush, and he shored up the back end. He will address the linebacking situation, and he will address some of the wide receiver situations still during free agency. He's not done. He's not done at all. I know this trade sounds ridiculous, but I would love to see us make a trade for Juju Smith-Schuster. I mean, the trade do sound, it don't sound ridiculous. I just don't see it happening. And people are actually inquiring about Alshon Jeffrey. I heard the Colts wanted Alshon Jeffrey, but I think talks might have stalled on that. If you can get a 4th-round pick back for Alshon Jeffrey for this year, man, I would take it and offload that bread. They talking about Rasul Douglas to San Fran for Pettis, a young wide receiver that could grow with Carson Wentz. But the Philadelphia Eagles don't have 3 slot receivers, to answer your question, Howie. I mean, DJ Moore sound good. You know what I mean? But we got to see how the chips may fall. It's still a bunch of this Yannick talk going around. I don't want Yannick. He's too expensive. I don't want Yannick. You know what I mean? People always, Philadelphia Eagles, man, we look at the shiny toy, and then we jump all over the shiny toy. We start oozing over the shiny toy. You can't keep operating like that, man. You can't keep operating like that. 3 slot corners. Oh, I see what you're saying, Kirsten. Okay, 3 slot corners. So Nickel Roby Coleman is a slot corner. Maddox actually can play all 3. Maddox can play on the outside slot and safety. Who else is the other slot corner? Sidney Jones is primarily an outside corner. Jalen Mills is an outside corner / safety. Who's the other slot corner? Darius Slay is a one-on-one nightmare against your best matchup. I don't understand who's the other slot corner. See, LeBlanc. Okay, LeBlanc Strap is the other slot corner. I'll give it to you there. But just because we placed them in a slot, you don't think some of them dudes could play outside? We just put Ronald Darby on the outside so much because he got Olympic speed. But Avonte Maddox is an outside guy. Sidney Jones is an outside guy. And you're going to draft another cornerback probably anyway. You know what I mean? And that dude, Roby, is primarily a slot guy, but Roby put in a lot of work, man. You talking about a cornerback. I actually looked some tape up on Roby Coleman. Coleman, Roby, whatever you say his name is. I put some tape up on him. It's the NFC East. We play in the NFC East where the ball is often dumped off to Ezekiel Elliott. The ball is often dumped off to Saquon Barkley. You know what I'm saying? We play in the NFC East, and that dude is a massive. Ask a Rams fan about that dude, man. I'm telling you, man. Ask a Rams fan about that dude. He attacks the ball, man. Attacks the ball. You know what I mean? Ask a Rams fan about that dude, man. I like what I see out of him, man. And then you got Will Parks. So if Will Parks gets some time playing safety, then Jalen Mills is probably going to slide down to the slot or something like that. The defense is built way better than last year. Way better than last year. Patrick Robinson was a 1st-round pick. Jim Schwartz is so stubborn that he didn't put Patrick Robinson on the outside. You know what I mean? He didn't put P. Rob on the outside. Patrick Robinson could play outside. He put him in a slot. And he let Jalen Mills and Ronald Darby play the outside. You know what I mean? Y'all keep saying Strap is primarily listen, we don't really have no slot corners in the Philadelphia if you think about it. We're not playing no zone for real. And it's hard to play slot. Some of the most dangerous guys line up in the slot. Some of the most dangerous guys line up in the slot, man. You know what I mean? They line these guys up all the time. You don't think a lot of people going to go to the slot because they're going to try to move the matchup away from Darius Slay so they can win on the key third down? It's critical for Jim Schwartz to have Darius Slay follow around Amari Cooper, follow around Terry McLaurin. Don't stick him on one side of the field and have him locked down one side of the field. They're just going to throw to the other side. We need a linebacker. We're going to get that figured out. Lord Brunson, I say trade for OBJ and draft Judy or Jefferson. I'm not trading for Odell Beckham, man. I'm not trading for nobody that's going to cost so much money. Odell Beckham getting paid a lot of money. They didn't even go to the playoffs. I'm not trading for nobody who get a bag like that and is not a difference maker. I'm not doing it. You have to be tough on the slot and be able to hold up against the run. Exactly. You know what I mean? Exactly. Dudes like Ted Ginn line up in the slot. That's speed. That's speed right there. We should get Von Miller. I like the idea of Von Miller. Is everybody lagging? Give me a thumbs up because I am outside. Waiting for my truck to get done. Mark Holmes making videos with wet draws about Dak. Works my nerves when he happy. Nobody not worried about none of them dudes right now. Dallas Cowboys fans texting me because Darius Slay said that, you know, one of his worst nightmares is seeing Zeke coming through an open hole and he got to be the one to tackle him. And Darius Slay also said that, you know, basically he respects Terry McLaurin's speed. You know what I mean? But people take that as, you know, Darius Slay scared or he admitted a little bit of defeat or something like that. What I'm getting done to my truck, I gotta get the tow hitch put on there. And I might need a wiring harness. They're gonna let me know in a few minutes. But there's no need in having a truck if you can't hook a trailer up to the back of it and you can't pull nothing. That's kind of pointless to me. And then with all this stuff going on, the more and more I'm driving back and forth to work to home, and I see all these trucks on the highway, people putting their whole damn lives in the back of these trucks. Look like they're going to the woods or something. So I need to be ready if I gotta get me a trailer and maneuver. Nobody say they're scared of Dak. Why should anybody be scared of Dak Prescott? Slay just saying what every DB is scared to say. No, Slay just paying respect. Ezekiel Elliott is good. Ezekiel Elliott is a great running back. Nobody's not denying that. Terry McLaurin got all the speed in the world. All I'm saying is Howie can't draft, so I'm concerned. I think that's false that Howie Roseman can't draft. I think that's a false narrative. Yeah, everybody misses. Everybody misses. But Howie is way more successful than a lot of people. What's going on, LT? What grade do I give Dallas this offseason? Losing their center, we are strong hurts. What grade do I give Dallas this offseason move? They high on the dude Poe. I like the Gerald McCoy move for sure. They didn't do anything, in my opinion, to address the loss of their cornerback. They lost their best cornerback, Byron Jones. I think they lost Heath. It looks like we're gonna be able to throw the ball all over their biscuit. Look like Deshaun gonna eat them alive. That's what it looked like to me. It seemed like Dallas do whatever we do. We shore up our defensive line. They want to shore up their defensive line. Check out the young cat Adrian Killings. He didn't even get invited to the combine. That's wild. I heard about that. My notification woke you up. Well, I'm glad, man. I'm glad I could be the coffee for the team. Name a pick that panned out for us, the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Graham. I'm not gonna sit here and say Derek Barnett is a waste. Listen, man. Nelson Aguilar panned out for us. It didn't work out in the end, but Nelson Aguilar was a pick that worked. Carson Wentz was a pick that worked. Fletcher Cox, Dallas Goedert. Come on, man. Stop it. Miles Sanders. Yes. Come on, man. There's plenty of them. Cowboys staying in y'all mouth. This is the Eagles channel, Sean. This is the Eagles channel. That's all I got to say. I got you, Ed, with the wrench. Zach Ertz, you're right. Zach Ertz. Come on, man. Come on. No, I don't want to keep Russell Douglas. I don't want to keep Russell Douglas. Russell Douglas doing way too much on Twitter for me. Lane Johnson, yes, yes. Come on. Come on. You know what I mean? And I emphasize again, Nelson Aguilar was a crucial part of the Super Bowl. He was a crucial part of the Super Bowl. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what happened the 2 years after the Super Bowl when he didn't show up. In the Super Bowl, Nelson Aguilar played big. Big. So that's a pick that panned out. You know what I mean? Chip drafted Aguilar. Yeah, you're right about that. Chip drafted Ertz and Nelly. Okay. I do want Peters back, actually. Jeremy Maclin and Deshaun. Did Howie draft Jeremy Maclin and Deshaun? We kind of confused on who drafted who. But Howie was on the staff, though. Howie was on the staff when Chip made those picks. Would I rather have DJ Moore or OBJ? I'd rather have DJ Moore. Carson Wentz has been blessed to not run into a diva at the wide receiver position. We don't need that to happen right now in his prime years. Denzel Mims is a wide receiver we definitely should draft. I don't think the Eagles trading up. The depth is too bountiful, man. It's the wide receiver class is so deep. There's no telling who's going to be the best wide receiver out of this class. I'm sorry if I'm lagging, y'all. I'm outside. I'm not like in the Wi-Fi or nothing like that. I apologize if it's lagging, man. Give me a thumbs up if your connection's strong. We got to get a linebacker that's a stud. I agree. Bro, I give you about 2 picks. Who else? Somebody give me the list of everybody that Howie Roseman drafted. Give me the list. Give me the list because I heard that Howie Roseman. Hey, Ed, man, thank you, man. Thank you for the donation, bro. This year we pulling more moves than the TO years. I believe it. Listen, man. I'm under the impression that Howie Roseman drafted Zach Ertz. That Howie Roseman had a decision to make between Zach Ertz and Darius Slay, I believe in 2013 in the second round, and he went with Ertz. And fast forward, he got both of them. You know what I mean? Now, you can't say Arcega-Whiteside is a wash yet, but if he don't do nothing this year, it's a wash. It's a wash. I got you, Kevin. I want Jefferson and Hamler. I want KJ Hill. A lot of people like not talking about KJ Hill. I think KJ Hill was going to be a top 5 wide receiver out of this draft class. Who was better, Westbrook or Shady? That's tough, man. That's actually tough. That's tough. That's tough. Shady is the leading running back receiver for the franchise, for God's sake. But that's tough. Now, one thing I will say, I think the Philadelphia Eagles need to either find a way to develop, what's his name, Elijah Holyfield, or draft a power back. You're going to need a power back. With the way these defensive fronts is bulking up in the NFC East, you're going to need a power back. Hey, Jonathan, thank you for the donation, bro. Move Jannara Avery to linebacker. It could work. Let's see what's going on with my truck, man. They said they're going to let me know if I need a wiring harness. Damn, I left my phone right here. See, look, this is where I'm sitting. I'm staying away, man. If I ain't got to talk to you about nothing, I'm staying away from it, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't dapping nobody up. And motherfuckers is just coughing all willy-nilly like it ain't going down out here. Get back in my house here. Just finish self-isolating after this. Alshon might be coming back. That ain't a bad move. Hey, excuse me. Do you know if they said I needed a wiring harness? He said he was gonna let me know. Right? Yeah. I do? How much is it? Okay. I wasn't trying to spend an extra bread. You know, they be trying to beat you over the head. I should have went on there and looked. It's probably a wiring harness in there. I like your videos, but you don't put out as much. I don't put out as much what? I put out like 8 videos a week. If you want more, I'll give you more. I think I just put out a video last night. What are you talking about? Is my city on lockdown? Nah, man. No, we ain't on lockdown up here. I live in the DMV. So a lot of people up here work for the government. So dudes are like working from home. 500 in the building? Holyfield is a beast. Check out his college film. He a beast, but he ran like a terrible 40 time. His combine at the combine, he didn't do too good last year. I remember that, man. I had my eye on him because he's Evander Holyfield's son. But man, he gotta be able to step it up, man. We need a power back. I'm real concerned about us not having a power back. You know, I'm real concerned. Maddox is not a number 2 corner. Ask Devontae Adams. I think Sidney Jones. I want Sidney. I'm pulling for Sidney Jones. Hey, Rock, man, thank you for the donation, bruh. I'm pulling for Sidney Jones, especially because Sidney Jones is going to be working out with this worldwide renowned, cornerback guru who get everybody on deck. So I'm pulling for Sidney Jones to be number 2. Sidney Jones wants to be great. You know what I mean? I'm in Virginia. Only essential workers can work. I got my permission letter to work. Eagles will double dip for wide receivers in this draft. I can see the Eagles going wide receiver, linebacker, wide receiver. Adams isn't a number 2 receiver. Thank you, Kirsten. Thank you. You couldn't have said it better. You couldn't have said it better. Adams is a star. Adams is a star. Adams will abuse 90% of young cornerbacks trying to find their way. And that's what Avonte Maddox was. A young cornerback trying to find his way. And Avonte Maddox had a few injuries last year, especially that one to Edelman when Edelman tried to wring his damn neck when he almost intercepted the ball, which should have been a flag on Edelman. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. We need to trade for linebackers. No, you don't need to trade for linebackers, man. Linebacker is proven to be one of the positions that, you can make an immediate impact with a rookie or a second-year player. Xavier Rhodes and Odell. I would definitely look at Xavier Rhodes. 1-year deal. You know what I mean? But what I wanted to do was get Clay Matthews on a 1-year deal. Matt is better than every cornerback we got. What about Carlos Hyde to clean up for Miles and Scott? I like the idea of Carlos Hyde. Is he a free agent? Hey Josh, thank you for the donation, bro. Yeah, we need linebackers, but what linebackers we gonna trade for? What linebackers right now we gonna trade for and take on the salary that they already making? This draft is deep at wide receiver and linebacker. Now I believe you need veteran wide receivers. You got Deshaun Jackson. You need veteran. You need veteran wide receivers. You need guys who at least been in the league for 2 years. If you want to try to make a Super Bowl run, some rookies make it to that stage. It can make an impact. We saw the guy from Tennessee last year, A.J. Brown. He went to the AFC Championship. He was the #1 threat. Deebo Samuel was in a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? That's a very rare case. But if you're talking about a guy that you have to solely depend on, you know what I mean? If it's a guy you got to solely depend on, you're going to need somebody who a little older than a rookie if you want to make it to the main stage. That's why I got a good feeling about Pettis. He's had some NFL reps because these guys, remember, Miles Sanders had a problem early in the season. He had to get the game speed down. Miles Sanders had to get acclimated to how the NFL works. You know, it's a different game. By mid-season, Miles Sanders was good. And what forced him to be good was more playing time because Darren Sproles went down. Because we had a massive man crush on Darren Sproles, and he was getting all of these reps. You're gonna need like everybody keep talking about this too old nonsense. You need some type of veteran leadership on every level. You need a veteran on the defensive line. You got Fletcher Cox right there. You need a veteran at linebacker. Nigel Bradham was that guy. You need a veteran in the secondary. Malcolm Jenkins was that guy. You know what I'm saying? You need veterans on the offensive line. Our whole damn offensive line is veterans besides Dillard, for the most part. You know what I'm saying? You need veteran at wide receiver. Alshon Jeffrey's a veteran. Deshaun Jackson's a veteran. We don't have no veteran leadership at running back. You need that. You need that. You know what I mean? You need a power running back, man. You need a guy who can get you those tough yards. LeGarrette Blount was the perfect balance when that happened. You're going to need some type of veteran, man. And a veteran don't got to be a 45-year-old dude with a walker. A veteran could be just a 3-year player, 4-year player. That's a veteran. No, not Devontae Freeman. Anybody but Devontae Freeman. Devontae Freeman cannot block. Devontae Freeman is the reason why. One of the biggest reasons why the Atlanta Falcons blew that 28-3 lead. Because he could not block. They shouldn't have put him in that situation, having him have to block. They should have ran the ball. But he's one of the reasons, man. Should have kept Jordan Howard. We should have kept Jordan Howard, man. We should have kept Jordan Howard. We should have kept him, man. Carson Wentz never had a defense ever. With the top 10 defense and playmakers like 26, 86, and 10, 11 CD or Ruggs, I see MVP all day. Listen, Carson Wentz and Henry Ruggs should terrify the NFL. With Deshaun Jackson, 4.2 something, 4.27, that speed and the arm that Carson Wentz got should terrify the NFC East. Should terrify the NFC East. The NFC East does not have the cornerback capability to defend Deshaun Jackson and Henry Ruggs on the outside. They don't have it. And you know what's so special about Deshaun Jackson? Deshaun Jackson has developed an in-between game as well. Deshaun Jackson's comeback routes are crisp. Him and Carson Wentz got that timing down pack last year. He just unfortunately got hurt. The NFC East cannot. What is called? Hold on, this these dudes right here. I'm right outside. Hello? Hey, how you doing? Yeah. Okay, what's that bring the total to? Okay, that's fine. And what does the wiring harness do exactly? Like, what is it for? Oh, okay, yeah. All right, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Okay, thank you. Mims over Ruggs. I don't know, man. If Ruggs there, you gotta take Ruggs. Don't know why y'all want Ruggs because he's fast. That's why. That speed. Carson Wentz can throw a deep ball. You see, people. This is the thing. People are saying Deshaun Jackson is out of his prime. Yeah, he probably out of his prime, but he still can run, and he still can burn people. And Carson Wentz got the arm to get it out there to Deshaun Jackson. I want Judy or Lamb. I really like Lamb. I really like Lamb. Lamb over Ruggs. I mean, either one. I feel like you win. But Henry Ruggs is an athlete, a pure athlete. Henry Ruggs is a better athlete than CeeDee Lamb. I'm telling you. Y'all see CeeDee Lamb make these freakish catches in the air, high pointing the ball. Yeah, it looks really athletic. But I just saw Henry Ruggs playing pickup basketball, windmilling, dunking all. He can jump too. And Henry Ruggs ain't small. I think Henry Ruggs might be like 6'1", 6'2". I really like not KJ Hamler, KJ Hill. Do you think? Yes, Javon Hargrave is an underrated signing. Yes, that's going to turn out to be one of the most important signings of the offseason for us. I'm trying to tell you, man, he a dog, bro. He's a dog. It's going to be a lot of pressure on opposing quarterbacks, man. And we play some quarterbacks who, in my opinion, haven't mastered how to throw the ball. Who we play this year? We played Drew Brees, who's a stationary target. Drew Brees ain't gonna beat us with his feet. Now, Drew Brees can throw the ball, but if we get pressure in Drew Brees' face, he might not have time to do it. He have to throw it away or something. So I like our defensive line against the Saints this year. I like our defensive line against the Ravens' offensive line this year as well. But flushing Lamar Jackson out of the pocket could be detrimental to us. He could take a flush out the pocket 80 yards up the field. So you got to have a spy on him. I like our defensive line against Joe Burrow, the Bengals. Come on. There's only two guys who I think that's going to be able to have an immediate impact on our defensive line from the quarterback position this year. And I think that's going to be Lamar Jackson and Russell. Do we play Russell again? Do we play the Seahawks? I think we do play the Seahawks. You know what I mean? It's gonna be Russell and Lamar. I think they're gonna be able to, like, you know, make us have to adjust our game plan a little bit. But Dak Prescott, he ain't really beating nobody with his legs like everybody think. He not. He wanna try to throw over 5,000 passing yards and go 8-8. We got something for you. Daniel Jones is more athletic than Dak Prescott, I think. But I think our defensive line is gonna stifle Daniel Jones as well. Dwayne Haskins is, come on, he's on a skewer. Dwayne Haskins, I can smell Dwayne Haskins. So it is what it is. I feel like we good. I feel like our defensive line has made the necessary adjustments to be a threat. You know what I mean? We play week 6. How you know schedule ain't come out yet? You lagging now. I mean, I'm outside. Flacco to the Skins, is that confirmed? So the wind is picking up, guys. Hopefully my truck will be done soon, so I'm gonna get with y'all, man, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it a little more, man. Official video coming later. All we got is time. All we got is YouTube. You know what I mean? Everybody stay safe. Make sure everybody washing their hands and doing what they gotta do. Don't be going to no parties, man. Don't do none of that, man. Don't just chill. Just chill. All this could be over with if everybody stay in the crib for a strong 2 weeks. All this could be over with. We see how this turned out, man. But make sure you're taking care of yourself, man. We out though.